Come in.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Jessica Thompson from Gartner.
Jess, nice to see you.
It's nice to see you as well. May I sit?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So we talked about having a 15-minute meeting. Is that still okay
That's
for
still
you?
great, yes.
Okay, excellent.
I gotta be honest, I thought there'd be someone younger sitting across from me when I made this meeting.
Oh, can you tell me more about that?
To take it the wrong way or anything, that's a big investment for us. So I just want to make sure that, there's someone that brings a lot of expertise to the table, someone that's really experienced and seen this before, right?
Oh, so you mean older, not younger?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we actually have a very extensive training program at
Okay.
Gartner.
Okay.
And I actually have a testimonial here that I can give you.
Great.
It kind of just talks about our experience with me as a rep and the benefits I was able to bring them. So I'll just leave this here and I'll give it to you after so you have a copy of that and I'll email as well.
Okay.
Does that make you feel a little bit more comfortable?
It does make me feel a little bit better, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You've got something that can show that.
Yeah,
for sure.
of course, Mr. Smith. May I call you Sam, by the way?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
Yes.
awesome. So before we begin, let me go ahead and give you my business card.
Okay.
Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions.
Okay. Okay.
I'm here to help.
Okay.
I must tell you, I had an interesting journey coming up here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I took the tri-rail and there was actually a power outage on the way.
Yeah.
I know.
That's not good.
Not the best.
It wasn't a good experience for you, was it?
It wasn't, but the nice thing is it actually only took an hour to fix rather than 3 to 4 hours, which it normally takes, and that was because of your automated notification system.
Yes.
So thank you so much for that, Sam. I really appreciate it. I would not want to miss this.
Yeah, exactly. No, I wouldn't want you to miss this either. So I'm
Yeah.
glad that worked out for you.
Absolutely. Do you like to travel a lot, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, I travel from time to time. The job keeps me busy, though. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
And everything, and with the some of the issues we've been having in the short term and everything,
Okay.
we're I'm a little more busier than normal. So travel's really put on the back burner.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I definitely want to discuss more of those issues that you're talking about for sure. And I actually brought up traveling because I'd like to take you on a journey of my own today.
Okay.
So do you mind if I take some notes?
Absolutely. No.
All right, awesome. May I ask you a couple questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, excellent. So if we were to find some value in Gartner today, because what I'd like to do is I would like to really explore the goals that TerraMetra Electric has and talk about any challenges that you may be having in accomplishing those goals and see where Gartner can add value so that we can help you achieve those mission critical objectives that you have.
That sounds great.
Yeah, absolutely. So who would have that buying authority in your?
Well, to be honest with you and everything, I mean, there's a few people that I talk to and everything that run some things by, but for this meeting and everything, I really want to get down to what you guys can offer, what you can bring to the table.
Absolutely, I completely agree. So there's nobody else needs to be involved right now.
We're good right now. I think it's just giving me a good pitch on where we're at and what you can do and everything like that is a good first step.
Definitely, I completely agree. And when you're making these big partnerships, what do you look for in those relationships?
The service is going to be huge.
Okay, service is huge.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably number one. Quality, obviously, as well and everything. You're going to have issues. I understand that, but I can't have too many issues, right?
No, absolutely. We don't want to have those issues for you. So what does service mean to you?
Service means someone that's attentive, someone that's going to be available, someone that's going to maybe not know the how to fix the problem, but is there and is supportive and everything. That can be my go-to, that can find a way to fix that problem for me.
Absolutely, that guy that's going to help you for sure. And when would you want to implement something like this if we were to move forward?
So, I mean, things are accelerated a bit. We've had some losses in the short term and everything, that we really need to recoup. And, that's why we've accelerated this. And that's why you're here to talk through these things,
absolutely.
So, I think, if we get through things fairly quickly, we can make a decision quick. Okay?
Yeah, definitely. So ASAP would be fair to say.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. So you mentioned you've been having some of these losses and issues. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I mean, not to get into specifics and everything, but things have gotten a little more challenging in the short term, so we've had some things that, have been losses that, from a financial perspective that we haven't seen in the past, due to like some service, just like as you talked about with the training and everything. So, although we have implemented some things that should help and really lessen people's inconveniences, it still is something that really impacts us pretty heavily today, and we want to make sure that we can figure out ways to fix that. I mean, it's really been detrimental to our growth, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I definitely do not want that to hurt your growth. Growth is incredibly important.
It is.
Is that one of your key goals? Would you say?
I think I'd like to get through things I'd like to get through things and really be on a growth trajectory instead of just being on a maintenance like where we're stagnant and we're basically holding things, and just trying to like basically be like that little Dutch boy and putting fingers in the dam, right? That's kind of where we are right now.
Do you have a specific number that you're really shooting for in terms of growth?
I mean, not specifically and everything. And like I said, we're looking for innovation, we're looking for ways to grow, and we can't really do that unless we fix the problems we have right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me a little bit more about these losses that you've been experiencing. Do you know, like, is it with contracts or
getting specific and everything? Contracts is one piece of it and everything, but it's just overall service and just like it's you know, problem with brand, right? I mean, when you have issues like the one you discussed that you firsthand experience and everything, that's something that's challenging for us and everything. And I mean, although, you know, we've been a provider for a long time, we want to make sure that we have a good name out there as well and everything, because the last thing you want is give people a reason to want to switch.
No, absolutely. I completely agree with that. So if you're not able to mitigate these losses and kind of stop them from happening, I guess would be a better way to say it, how is this going to impact that growth goal?
Well, if we can't do it, we won't be able to grow.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, it will be where we are right now, and again, that's why you're sitting here, right?
Yeah.
You know, so we can discuss these things.
And can you quantify some of those losses? I know you really couldn't say specific what it was coming from, but is there a specific number that you have in terms of how much you've lost?
I don't want to get into like specific details like that and everything. I don't think that's important for this meeting and everything. Just know that there's challenges up front in the short term and that we need to fix those. So
absolutely. Well, I have done a little bit of research, and typically when losses occur in this industry, it tends to be about in the millions, about 5 million. Would you say that's an accurate number? Or?
I think using the M word is probably fair.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So we definitely don't want to have you keep hurting that growth and losing that money. If you had a way, a guide, as you said, someone that's going to provide that service and quality for you, how would that help you navigate?
Us, you know, it would help out in a lot of ways, because, you know, if I've got someone I can rely on for service and the quality's there and everything, it's something less that I have to like worry about.
Right.
You know? I can kind of put that on them and everything, and just a phone call away, an email away, whatever thing, and that problem will be fixed. And then my team and I can work on the innovation piece and the growth piece and everything we've been lacking in, you know, in the past few months, to be honest with you.
No, absolutely. I mean, I think that may be fair to say that you're going to reduce your stress and save money.
100% reduce the stress, yes.
Absolutely. So I actually did take the liberty of doing some research into the electrical industry, and I just wanted to kind of see if any of these pop out at you at some issues that you may be currently facing.
Sure.
So one of them is really just shifting projects from the growth stage to the operation stage. And then another one is really optimizing the cost. It sounds like that's kind of similar to what you're experiencing right now. And then showing the value of analytics. And then lastly, really kind of upgrading to the cloud.
Yeah, I think those are all fair, and actually I think in order that it's pretty good. I might put analytics a little higher, but
analytics a little bit higher? Yeah. Okay, absolutely. So can you tell me a little bit more, who have you been having difficulty proving the value of analytics to?
Just, I mean, in general, the team, the board and everything, you know, I think it's an issue when the analytics are there, but you really don't know how to really utilize them correctly.
Okay.
You know, so that's really important.
Absolutely. If you're not able to show the value of those analytics, what is that going to mean for your job?
Right, exactly. I mean, there's a bunch of numbers on a paper. What does that mean, right? You know, I mean, what do we do with it? I think that's been the challenge.
You kind of have to explain it in layman's terms, really.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. So would it be fair to say that's going to impact your job security?
Yeah, absolutely. It'd have a very negative impact on my job.
Yeah. Any other consequences you can think of, or mostly job security?
Mostly job. Well, from a personal perspective, I mean, selfish would be like from job security, right?
Right.
You know,
I mean, I think that's
fair. But
fair.
from the company, when you look at it, you know, I mean, we're talking about just, you know, the quality and service and everything, and reliability factors going down, and that's just not good.
Yeah. So it could hurt your customer base, really.
100%. It will affect it.
Absolutely. Now, kind of again, if we could offer you a solution that would give you the ability to explain this value of analytics to your peers in a simple, easy to understand way, what would that mean? How would that make you feel?
It'd make me feel very comfortable. It'd make me feel great. My stress level would go down, and I'd be able to enjoy those vacations that I like that we talked about.
Right. I mean, we all like to travel, so definitely I'd like you to be able to take more of those vacations.
I would too.
So basically, we talked about how you've been having some issues with losses, and it's hurting your growth. You have lost in the millions. You said it would be fair to say 5 million. And that if you had a way to help navigate you through that, it would save stress and money.
Correct.
Also, you're having trouble showing the value of analytics to your peers, you know, your board of directors and others in your industry as well. And it could be hurting your customer base and affecting that job security, which of course is critical again. So we definitely want to protect that for you. If I could show you a solution to these answers, would you be interested?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So what I'd like to do for you is I want to just kind of give you an overview. So Gartner is the world's leading research and IT advisory company. So what that means for you is we're going to provide you 100% unbiased information so that you can get that reliability. You're going to get that service. We're here to help you. We have no agenda. Our analysts don't invest in the industries that they cover.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's no, so in other words, anything you recommend or anything, it's not like there's any ulterior motives or anything like that. You don't have people that you're, in your back pocket or
So
anything.
you just want to make sure that we're trustworthy, essentially.
And the unbiased piece is really important to us.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's important to everyone, especially in these days and age. You don't know what information you can trust.
Correct, yes.
So our main thing is really being there for you. We have no hidden
Okay.
agenda. And so for your first need, in terms of, some losses that you may be having, a great tool that we have is our contract review service.
Okay.
So what we've found is that 75% of contracts are not cost optimized.
Okay.
So in those cases, we can actually save 15 to 20%.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So for example, in the electrical industry, we've looked at contracts and it tends to be about 20 to 40 million. Would you say that's an accurate summarization?
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. So even on the lower end, 20 million, and we're only saving you, let's be conservative and say, 10%, that's $2 million right there in savings. Can you see how that would help you reduce that stress and help your growth as well?
100%. Yeah, I can definitely see that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see that making your job a lot easier, which is our goal, ultimately. And another thing you mentioned was proving the value of IT. So we have that scientific research from 2,000 analysts that I mentioned were unbiased. And this is a visual, for example, that they came up with. And this is something you can take directly to your board.
Sure.
So essentially what this shows you is it shows you the difference of ROI with analytics and without analytics. So organizations report 29.3% higher ROI when they implement analytics.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so this is definitely something that I think is easy for anybody to understand, even if they don't come from an IT background.
Got it.
So can you see how this would help you, protect your job security and make your life easier?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's very important. Those are pretty impactful results that you've got there.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have a lot more where that comes from.
Okay.
So basically, we just talked now about how our analytical tools and also our contract review services, among others, are going to be able to help you protect your job, increase your growth, and save money, which we all want to do, right?
Absolutely, yes.
So what I would love to do is move forward. Is there anything that's holding you back right now?
So I mean, for me, I'm a slave to the details. So a summary or a report on exactly what you're thinking and everything, certainly would be great, and then I can review that and get back with you at a later date.
I think that sounds fantastic, Sam. So why don't we set another meeting and we can really discuss more of the benefits you're going to get, and we're going to give you that more customized report.
I think you could email it to me before, or give it to me before we meet. I just don't want to waste your time.
No, I'm here to help you. So I would love to give it you in person. I will send you some things by email, but I would love to just get something on the books, so that we can have that set up. If there's anyone else you want to bring along, they are welcome to join us.
Okay.
But I definitely want to discuss more of the benefits, because I've only shown you a couple of the tools that we have that are going to save you so much more money and help you keep your job.
Okay. I can be swayed that way.
Yeah, absolutely. So does next Monday or Wednesday morning at 9 work for you?
Wednesday's probably better. Send me that information before and everything so I can.
I will definitely send you some information, but just so Wednesday at 9? Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, Sam.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll email you the invite for that meeting.
Okay, that sounds great. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you as well. Thank you so much.